otherwise, how are we all feeling? Pretty good, pretty excited. This is going to be potentially a long campaign or potentially a very short one if you made the wrong decisions.
Only 48 sessions.
So short campaign then.
And that's just New York.
I have the utmost confidence in our mission, Dave.
Yes, so you'll be probably confused at how we're dressed right now, considering it's Beyond the Mountains of Madness, which, if anybody's read Lovecraft's story At the Mountains of Madness, is all set in Antarctica. But we don't, all live in Antarctica, and we've got to start somewhere, haven't we? So this is the story of the second expedition to the Mountains of Madness, the Starkweather Moor expedition that Professor Dyer so vehemently opposed. And this is what transpired in 1933. So, most of you will know of each other probably because the exploring world is relatively small, but you don't, know that you're going for this expedition altogether. But in the coming weeks and months, you've seen a couple of articles in the newspaper announcing this expedition by James Starkweather and Professor Moore. So you've kind of been keeping your eye on it, and everybody except Doris has had a similar telegram, which I'll put on for everybody, but Doris doesn't get this.
Oh.
Because you're late.
She doesn't forget to participate in the adventure.
You are presented with a telegram, which invites you to the Amherst Hotel on the 14th of July at 2:00. And it emphasizes the strictest discretion that is required by, and it's Dr. William Moore that's invited you. But where we're going to start is actually Doris's story. So, July 14th, 1933. The summer heat is oppressive, almost as oppressive as the blaring horns of the other taxicabs, screaming at you to move out of the way. You pay the cabbie and step onto the sidewalk, looking up at the corner of the building. Yep, this is it, all right. The Amherst Hotel. This is the place they're holding the interviews. Butterflies dance in your stomach, forcing you to breathe out to calm your nerves as the doorman glances your way. You've made it this far. Can't afford to mess this up now. You've got the right day, and now you know you've got the right place. This is your one chance to be part of this expedition. They'll take you, and why? How could they not? The fact that you've not been invited here doesn't matter a jot. If you can just get to see Starkweather or Moore, you can convince them that they can't live without you. Take another look at the hotel and place your hand daintily on your stomach. Take a deep breath and you walk into reception. So I will put on reception, which most players will be able to see in Twitch, I dare say. But Doris can certainly see this. So there are, a couple of people milling about deeper in the hotel, but this is a reception of the Amherst Hotel. You all have access to a couple of maps on the thing, which I will show you. The map of the world will zoom in like that, so I'll just show you this. So hopefully you'll all be able to see this. This is where you are in the world.
I have no token on this scene.
Right, hang on then. It's messed it about, hasn't it? Okay, let me sort that out.
It's exactly what it did to me. Hey.
Right. So that is kind of where you are in the world right now. New York. And there should be a map of New York showing the zones. which again I bet is going to do the exact same thing.
Nope.
But
He's good.
now you should be able to see it.
Yeah, that's fine, that one.
Yep. And then you've got another one, which is a little bit more in depth, which gives you the key areas of New York that you can see. And obviously, the Amherst Hotel is right there, which is not too far away from Times Square, a couple of blocks away from Times Square in 1933. So, like I said, I'll put you back on the reception. And Doris has made her way to this hotel. It's not necessarily a big luxury hotel, but it's not a dive either. It's quite well to do with people in smart uniforms, and there is a doorman with a grey overcoat and cap on, showing people in and out and all that kind of stuff. And they're there. But like I said, you've definitely read in the papers that this is happening. They're talking about going back to Antarctica, and you've, through various means, found out where they're holding interviews for the expedition crew, and this is why you're here. But you're not invited. They don't know you're coming. So what are you going to do?
I'm going to go to the reception.
Okay. Yeah. No problem.
Right,
yeah.
So who is it? That's
so the reception's over here.
Okay. What's the name of the people I'm looking for again? Remind me. I had a bit of a, where you were reading, I did have a bit of a dilemma. I did throw my sherry all over. And all over
one way to make a dramatic entrance.
So I was trying to listen and wipe it up off my other computer.
We're not even at the scary bit yet.
Bourgeois problems. Oh.
So let me just recap then. So I've read about this, and I'm basically coming in to impose myself on there. So the name of the, do I know the name of the people that are holding the interviews?
Yes, it would be James Starkweather and William Moore. They're famous explorer types. That's the kind of article that you read where they say that they're going back into Antarctica because, most people in the world would know there was a bad, fatal expedition in Antarctica about 3 years ago. That was quite well talked about. Some people died up there, and these guys are going back to Antarctica following that expedition, basically. And you may have something in your possession that might be of interest to you in relation to that.
Yeah, but that's my secret.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go to the reception.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. I wonder if you could help me.
He looks up. He's quite well dressed in a suit. He does look at you and says, "Oh yes, yes. How may I help you, madam?"
I understand there's some interviews being held here at the moment. I had a message sent me, but I mislaid it and I can't remember the actual details of which room we need to go to and stuff. So if you could,
that's quite all right, madam. I have the list. If you would give me your name, I will check the list.
And I peep over his desk and see if I can see a name.
My name's John Smith.
Okay. Yeah, that. I would say that's more probably a luck check. for if you do manage to see a name.
Oh my god! The things I say I'm going to do. Look.
Yeah, which is on the left-hand column. LCK.
Oh, you mean look? Oh,
Yeah.
I was looking for look, as in look.
Not look with a pair of eyes. Look, no.
Yeah,
look
I
as
was
in
like,
how lucky are you?
yeah, I was like, look, I can't see it. Oh, okay, so okay.
Because he's actively not showing you, so it's not like you can just see it.
Pants.
You didn't get to see it.
Too early to push. Are we pushing this one? Is this one of the ones we can push?
Look roll. Yeah, you push a look roll.
No, you can't push a
No,
look roll.
can't
can
push
you?
look roll.
Oh.
Or spend luck on a luck roll.
No, you can't spend luck on a luck roll now.
Okay,
So
it's
you've not seen
Mrs.
that.
Aldridge. Mrs. Aldridge.
Mrs. Aldridge. Mrs.
It was very
Aldridge.
it was very last minute, so maybe they've not managed to update the list. You know, it's like
Okay.
I'm a cartographer and a surveyor, so and it's and I know it's about this, you know, so it was last minute. So if you could just direct me, I'll sort it out once I get there.
Fair enough. So that is going to be more like a skill check, a conversational skill check, isn't it? So have a look at your character sheet. There's charm. There's fast talk. There's, I think there might even be persuade. You know, is there any of that?
Intimidate.
Just look.
There's intimidate.
I'm not very intimidating. I was just looking for persuade, wherever that is.
Perhaps I think you're not too bad at
skill.
I think we've got persuade. No, I'm going to go with charm. I think.
Okay. Yeah. So that is like an opposed thing. So you're just going to need a normal success on this because it's based on the opponent's skill. Okay. So that is a success. He looks at you a little bit kind of like, is this real or not? He says, well, yes, I agree. There has been a couple of people that have been difficult to get hold of from what I understand Mr. Starkweather said. Yes, okay. Here is a kind of like, it gives you a hotel ticket thing. He says, just hand this in. And he scribbles on the back of it and says, if you go to the elevator just at the end of the corridor here, the bellboy, Tim, will take you up, show you up. That's fine. Have a wonderful day, madam.
And you. And I give him a small tip.
He almost looks distasteful at it, like, oh, that's quite all right, madam. That's
wow.
That's quite all right. But needless to say, he gets back to his work, and you're able to go to the lift.
Okay.
The bellboy there is relatively young and sprightly. He says, "Hey there, are you here for Starkweather Moor thing?"
I am.
I thought so. I'm not seeing you around here. I didn't know you didn't check in because I haven't taken your luggage. So that's smart, you see. I'll take you up. Now, not a problem. And he will take you to the 5th floor. All the while chatting about how exciting it is.
Yes.
You arrive.
Yeah. Oh my god.
You arrive on the corridor, so you can move as you go there. Okay, you will get. It's kind of like, as you can see, a lush corridor, uplit, with nice carpets, very Art Deco. Which you should be able to move your token, but if you can't, let me know, and I will do so.
There we go. What room am I in?
You don't know. and the bellboy's gone back down. You're just in this corridor.
I'm going to go into the knock on the penthouse suite.
Okay. You knock on it. Couple of minutes. There is no answer.
Damn it. 51. I'll just go knock on 51.
No answer.
Oh, yeah. Bugger. Okay, I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna go down the corridor and kind of listen see if I can hear any mumbling or talking or things like that. Just to.
Okay. Well, as it so happens, the door that you're near is ajar and open, and there does seem to be some mutterings inside.
I'm gonna listen before I barge in. Just check it might be kind of hopefully the right door.
Okay. So. Right, Dr. Cross, Joseph Sullivan, and Professor Jones, you're all summoned here, and you got the telegram. You've been ushered into this waiting area here. You've seen people come in as well, other professionals, and they've been ushered into the other room by Starkweather and Moore. So you're basically waiting your turn. Is there anything that you might have talked about while you've been waiting? Are you just sitting nice and quiet, waiting on your turn?
I think that's some nods and some pleasantries.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just trying to make sure everyone's not like each other's competition. Not going for the same roles.
Okay.
I think Harrison probably would have talked about a lot more about like the expedition, I guess. Just because he's got a keen interest in like what there is to discover, and also probably wouldn't have read it in the last one, but potentially we'll see.
So, what is in terms of like your looks or your personality? What is the thing that somebody would notice the most about you as you're kind of talking?
I mean, I think Dr. Cross is quite shabbily dressed, like he's had to get into a shirt and tie for the first time in quite a while. He feels quite uncomfortable within it. He has a sailor's body underneath, struggling to get out. He's unshaven, quite unkempt. He has a British accent, and his eyes are kind of tremulous and rheumy, as if he doesn't sleep, and although his hands are still as steel. But yeah, when he smiles, he can turn on a charm and make people feel at ease. But as soon as he kind of like turns away from them, it's kind of like it's obvious that it was an act, and it's something you have to like will to the surface. So he can kind of like be quite alienating in ways like that. But usually he's professional, and a lot of respect for anyone who's served, I suppose, in the past.
Yeah. One thing you will notice as well is really quite stifling in here. This July is particularly hot, and the windows on the things are closed, even though as hot as it is, and as high up as you are, it still seems to be like an oppressive heat. So quite a few of you may be sort of sweating in your suits as well. So eventually the door opens and a man walks out who looks a lot like that guy, who I will show a little bit more. He looks a lot like that guy. and he has got a clipboard with him. And he looks up, smiles pleasantly at you all, and says, "Who's next? Mr. Sullivan?"
Okay.
And obviously, Guy, walks out past you. He's another guy. He looks. Oh, I highlighted the wrong guy. He comes out, walks through. Thank you. And he walks off.
Did he look happy?
Like
a guy who's just got himself a
relatively professional. Yeah, he wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sullivan stands up. He's tall. He's like 6'1", quite broad-shouldered. He's got this quite a heavy build, square jaw, a clean-shaven, weather-beaten face, and his dark hair is kind of slicked back with pomade. But he doesn't look comfortable in what he's wearing. He's wearing an old suit potentially, but the top button of his shirt, which is a work shirt, not actually a dress shirt, is unbuttoned, and the tie is pulled down slightly, probably because of the heat. He's got large scarred hands, and the fingernails seem to be kind of rimmed with like black engine oil. He kind of shrugs his shoulders and walks into the follows the fella into the office, I guess.
Yeah. He'll take you in. He will close the door behind you. Yeah, and then he walks to the other side of the desk and sits down. I think, again, on Twitch you can see what's happening, hopefully. But the room inside is just as oppressively hot. It is full of kind of like messed up papers. It's flung about everywhere, very unkempt, very untidy. And you will see that sat on the edge of a desk is another man here who looks relatively young, really. And his hair is a little bit neater than this, but he's wearing a suit. That again has got a shirt and tie on, but the tie is pulled down, the top button is off, and he welcomes you. Says, "Hi, you must be Mr. Sullivan, right? Joseph, Joe? Can I call you Joe?"
Sure, why not?
He extends his hand.
Yeah, and I'll take his hand.
He's got a firm grip to it and a pleasant smile. He says, excellent. That's what I like to see. Take a seat, and we'll get straight to it. And again, he perches on the edge of the table here. Okay. Says, I'll get right to it, Joe. We're making history. Howard, and he's got a British accent, quite a distinct one. Not Queen's English posh, but quite a kind of like a lordy kind of accent. Says, how would you like to be part of history? Let me paint a picture for you. Snow-capped vistas, pitting man against the elements in an area unforeseen by humankind in all their lifetime.
I mean, sure, it sounds great.
Yeah? Well, that's excellent to hear. But you know all this. This is why you're here. I just want to know how excited you are for this expedition, because it's not just everybody that we've approached, you know. We're not hyperbolic. We're literally going where nobody's been before. We're going to explore the Antarctic. You notice that the other guy is just sat there very quiet and very polite, not saying a thing. And the other guy says, right, so here's the deal. We'll be going middle of September. We'll be returning at some point before July 1934. So you're going to need to take an extended period of absence from your work. We're privately funded, so we don't have an allegiance to anybody or any corporation. So there's no worries on that score about doing things that we don't want to do. But the primary goal is exploration and discovery. I have no need to tell you, I'm sure, about the other expedition, the Miskatonic expedition that took place in 1930. They discovered a range of mountains and indeed some fossils. We're interested in them, but we are not going to Antarctica for endless, boring research. Sure, we will be finding that campsite and we will be recovering the bodies and returning them as any good human being would, so that they can be interred in their natural soil, and their families can honor their deaths. What we are doing, however, is taking up the baton. We will be venturing beyond that mountain range. Imagine it. And we, Mr. Sullivan, are going to need your help. I understand from Professor Moore, and he looks at him, and Professor Moore nods, that you're somewhat of a pilot. Is that right?
That's right. Also, mechanic.
Excellent. Well, that's exactly the kind of man that we need. We're going to the roof of the world, which is not Tibet anymore. This is like an airstrip on top of the Mount Everest. This is something unique. And we're going to try and do it predominantly by air. It will take too long by sled. We will have them there, of course. But more than Miskatonic expedition, we're going to have a significant amount of air power behind us. So what we really need is competent people. So it's really exciting that you are a mechanic and a pilot, and we, I think, would love to have you on board. Is there any questions you might have for us?
So part of the expedition, of course, is to locate the former camp of Professor Lake.
He kind of looks at Moore, and
I'll look at Moore as well.
As a little bit. Moore is very stony faced, and he says, "Yes, that's right. That's right. There's a lot of geological interest that Professor Lake found, obviously. So part of that expedition will be to rediscover what Professor Lake found, but in addition to that is recover the bodies that were left on site. And Foundry has crashed for me for some reason.
Nope.
Let me just F5. Yeah, so we'll be doing that.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that?
I'm not here for the science. I take it this is Starkweather I'm talking to. I mean, did they introduce themselves? And
when he said Professor Moore, he looked at him. So
okay,
Starkweather is him. And as you say that, his eyes light up. He says, "I know, excellent. This is going to be the adventure of a lifetime, my man." And he goes to his desk and he gets a brandy. He says, "Let me have a drink with you. You're the kind of man that we need, not these stuffy scientist types. They don't get the full picture, you see. This is much more than discovery."
But I don't want to dash your hopes either. Mr. Starkweather. I'm not here for the glory. I'm here because you need someone who can keep a plane in the air when the oil turns to jelly and the wind's trying to rip the wings off. Now, I knew Professor Lake.
His face freezes. And he's kind of like mid-paw, and he goes, "Oh, well, yes. I mean, of course, we're sensitive to the families. I was the one that proposed going there. But don't you understand? It's not about the glory. I like that you're humble. It's not. It's about the sense of adventure, I think." But needless to say, he'll have a drink with him, and he'll say, "I like the cut of your jib, man. I would like you on this expedition, and if I'm honest, I was the one that suggested you to be on it as well."
I'll look across at Moore. Professor Moore.
Again, very, very stony faced.
Yeah.
He's almost mannequin-like.
And this is still an Arkham, Miskatonic University expedition?
No, it's not exactly. It's self-funded, shall we say.
I'm looking at Professor Moore as I'm saying that. He just didn't know.
He has a little bit of a frown. He says that not entirely true. A corporation doesn't own us. We're not part of any university. But funding does partially come from members within Miskatonic University. We just don't owe any allegiance to them, that's all. It's privately financed.
Yeah. So when he says allegiance, I'm going to frown a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I think I'm the man for the job. If you'll have me.
Excellent. So he'll clink his glass and drink with you. He says, right, what we want to do, you go and square your thing away, and we will meet back here 1st of September. The only other thing that I would ask is if you have any, because it's funded financially or practically privately, as Professor Moore said, if you can contribute something to the fund and show your commitment to the project, that would be most appreciated. I don't know your financial state, but if you're in a position to do that, that would be wonderful.
Well, it was a pleasure speaking to you. And I will get up.
He nods understandably. And shakes your hand again.
Yeah.
Says, Professor Moore will see you out.
This is one of those Ponzi things. Yeah.
He said it was privately funded. He didn't say it was privately funded now.
Yeah.
He's waiting for everyone to chip.
Funded by us.
That's right. So he will show you out. Professor Moore will get up again. He'll shake your hand and he'll go out with yourself and he'll say thank you for your time. And then look at his clipboard again. He says, right, Professor Jones.
Yeah.
He barely looks up, Doris. Barely looks up. And says, right, in you come. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Have I heard anything about him before this meeting at all?
You, like I said, in the newspapers, you've seen that they're the ones spearheading this thing.
I was just wondering professionally if there was any previous word, but it doesn't matter.
Not necessarily, but they will go through the same rigmarole, exactly the same. They will ask you what your expertise is in, which is, are you a physicist or are you?
I'm a little bit. I'm quite a bit of everything, to be honest.
Okay. Says, well, we don't need everything. We need specifics.
Physics, geology, biology, archaeology. Take your pick.
All right.
And everything I've ever wanted to study is in that ice down in the Antarctic. So that's my dream.
You notice that Starkweather gets a little bit less interested and starts wandering over to the window. He says, "Yes, I'm sure. I'm sure."
Sorry, it must be too many syllables. My apologies.
But needless to say, even though that happens, he continues to do the interview. And he will tell you the same thing. Leave middle of September, come back before July. You need to square it away with your university or wherever you work, and then sort that. Ask you if you have any questions, and then lets you go on your way and says, "We would like you to be on board. I think your skills are useful, and we can certainly deal with them." Yeah. So again, pretty standard. Professor Moore will get up, shake your hand, show you out. Thank you for your time.
Yeah. Even if the university says no, he's going to be at that ship.
Yeah. Looks at the clipboard. Dr. Cross.
Yeah, that's me. Hello.
Yeah.
Yep.
Again, barely looks up. Comes back in. Doris, what are you doing in all this time?
Oh, I'll have a cup of tea if you're getting them.
I'm standing, waiting for an appropriate moment to and get their attention. But they're calling people in as the names at the moment. So every time he comes out, though, I will catch his eye and go.
Okay.
Nod.
As I said, it's super difficult to catch his eye. He very rarely looks up. He'll just come out, right, Dr. Cross, yeah, turns around, goes in, which is why, it's so long to get his attention, I suppose. Okay. But he will, as soon as he's in. On that last one, when he lets Dr. Cross in, he will kind of look at you very... almost like just a glance your way, like a frown, like, who's this? And he'll shut the door. And he will come back down. Again, very, very, very similar. Starkweather will tell you all about the expedition. He'll ask you if you're ready for an adventure. If you're excited, he'll ask you if you're in possession of any big skills that they might be able to use. He says that you've been recommended to him because apparently you're a veteran seaman and a doctor. To boot.
Yes.
He says we're going to have an extended period on ship. It will be a trawler. We'll be heading in the South Pacific. I know you're used to the Atlantic. But this should have transferable roles. But because of that, we would like you to have you on board. Have you any questions for us?
No, I'm just excited at the prospect of being as far away from any other humans as possible. It's so noisy here, don't you find? There's just so much of everything just in your head all the time.
He nods knowingly. He says, yes, there's many times I would rather be, in the Serengeti. A man knows where he is when he's against nature, I find. And this is a concrete jungle, to be sure, but it's full of, in my instance, monkeys, I would say, and hyenas. But needless to say, soon enough we will be on our way, and we will really be making news. It will change your life, sir.
Yes.
You'll be able to have a pick of the ships. So
how many ships are
there? Professor Moore says there's one ship, Gabriel.
But it won't be much of a pick then, will it?
No, man, afterwards. You serve on ships, don't you?
Not for a long time. My service days ended in 1916 when the Indomitable was holed in the Jutland campaign.
Oh,
I've worked with sailors, and I've worked on fishing crew with fishing crew since then, most notably in Newfoundland. But I've mostly been practicing doctor here for the last few years. But I do feel the pull of the sea calling to me again, and I do think this is what I need to be doing with my life now.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad that you've got the call of the sea, because we will be for an extended period on the ocean, and it's nice to know that you've been in Newfoundland, because you're going to encounter very similar weather. Make sure that you pack a heavy coat, but we'll obviously supply what kit you need in due course. But yes, if you come back on the 1st of September, we will get you all squared away. Okay?
So just turn up on 1st of September, walk up the gangplank, and that's it? No, man. Come here to this place, back here to this hotel, and we will lodge everybody here. And we'll sort it out. So that's 2 months' time, yes?
That's right.
Fine. Okay.
It will give us enough time. We're still procuring crew. We're still procuring funding. Which reminds me, if you happen to have a bit of money on you, we can always use an extra bit of funding. I don't know what your financial situation is, but, any contribution to the expedition will be gratefully helped.
Let me have a look. My finances. I have certain commitments.
Of course.
But of course, I mean, how long is this journey supposed to take?
The journey, it will be 2 months. 2 months by sea. We'll tell you more when we know it, because we don't quite know the route that we're taking right now. But when we do, we will share it. It's roughly 2 months, and then you will be total 6 months, I believe it is, away. So you need to plan for that. Maybe plan a little bit longer.
Well, then I will obviously serve notice to my landlord, and whatever I would pay in rent, I imagine I could probably contribute that towards the expedition.
Indeed. Excellent, man. Excellent. They'll get another glass of brandy. Here's to you, sir. And William Moore says, you need to go steady on that brandy, Starkweather. We've got a few people to see yet. And he will open the door and he says, thank you for your time, Doctor. If you would like to... we're quite busy, so see you later. And I'll shake your hand. Okay. So I'm guessing you're leaving. And when you do, Dr. Moore looks around, sees you still there, Doris, and he says, can I help you?
I want to move myself on the screen. Yes. If I could have 5 minutes of your time, that would be amazing. I start just walking past him into the room.
You're walking past him, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
He doesn't look flustered. He looks surprised, like. Starkweather looks up. He says, "What the deuce? What the deuce is all this?"
Hello. So good of you to give me 5 minutes of your time. My name is Doris Aldridge. I'm a cartographer. I learned of this expedition through the papers. I'm here because the last expedition left behind maps that do not fully account for what they encountered. The routes were recorded without verification, and features were noted without context. The gaps remain that where certainly they should exist. I would like to be involved. I'm strong, I'm capable, I'm accustomed to difficult conditions. I can pay my own way, and I can even contribute financially if in any way, if necessary. So
he was looking very, very skeptical until you said that.
Yeah. So I'm not a burden on anybody, on anyone here. If you're preparing to return to the terrain that has not yet been reliably surveyed in conditions where landmarks vanish and assumptions become dangerous, my work is to reconcile conflicting records, verify the position under pressure, and ensure that what is discovered, including what is not yet understood, is documented accurately and completely. You are attempting something that will make history, and I intend to ensure that it is recorded correctly. So where do I sign up?
William Moore walks past you and takes a seat kind of smugly. James Starkweather kind of like blusters. He goes, well, it's not so fast on this one, madam. We need to know a few details. I mean, you say that these things are wrong and incorrectly recorded, but the finest minds in all the Western world have had a look at them. So what makes you so sure you're right?
I bustle in my handbag and get out the maps of the Antarctic and the what they the area that they did and the area so what we know of the Antarctic, what they recorded, and then I get out and go, what is missing? And I start saying, this here, I was wrong, this is all wrong, this should have been done this way, and I look here and I'm going, if you look here, it's like, what could be here? There's a gap. There's a huge gap here. If you're going to go and find these, these wonderful discoveries, you need to be able to have the credentials when you come back to verify it, or people are just not going to believe anything you say. So this whole area here needs doing properly. This is a rough idea of what, and I'll go, these are my credentials, these are the maps I've done, and I'll just start throwing pieces of paper at them at the table to show them how fantastic I am.
As you'll see in this room, it's all a mess anyway of papers. So it doesn't look out of place. He looks at it, scratches his head, and you can tell he's looking for an excuse and can't find one. He kind of like goes a little bit red. He says, but like, when did you graduate? You're obviously new to all this. If you're thinking all this, this kind of thing, these have been mapped for years.
I then give him my
all the way back to Scott.
I'll say, I tried to do such and such, and I've done this, and I've done that, and I will reel off some various things. Not all of them may be true, but I'm just going to I'm just this, that,
okay.
And
I would say make a charm.
Surely that's fast talk.
No, let's not do fast talk.
If you're lying, it's fast talk. If you're not, if your majority of it is true, I'll let you do a charm.
I'm going to charm, and then I'm also going to have a check written for an X amount of money that would be not too much to be showy offy, but enough to make them sort of see that I'm serious. And I'm just going to that's going to be just on the papers on the top. I'm not going to say anything. It's just on the papers on the top and see if they see it.
Some money. Right.
A check. Oh, shit bags.
He says, yes, well, we'd like to take you. He looks at the check and he kind of stutters a bit. Moore kind of like picks it up and starts reading it. And he says, yes, well, we'd like to take you, of course, but I mean, how old are you really? You're, if you don't mind my saying so, you're not the spring chicken that most of the people that venture into the Antarctic are. What are you?
Extremely rude to talk about his lady's age.
I do beg your pardon, madam, but this is a dangerous expedition.
What does
I
your
know, and I've done these
think?
things before. I would, have you got a cartographer on your books? Are you going to record this properly? I mean, not only can I record the cartographer, I can survey the area. I'm extremely good, and I'll go, here are my credentials for surveying, and I'm going to pull out some more.
Professor Moore says we haven't got a surveyor, we haven't got a cartographer. It's true. He says, yes. Well, look. Yes, indeed. What would your husband say about all this, huh? What would your family say about you gallivanting off to the Antarctic for 6 months? Have you consulted them?
I don't need to consult anyone. I'm a woman of my own mind. My husband understands and supports any venture that I take, and he is the one that it's our joint money that funds all of these, and I don't need to be answerable to my family, and I don't have to be answerable to I'm a woman of my own means and my own mind.
Indeed, and a woman of your own mind. Well, tell me this.
And I'm extremely fit. You want should we have an arm wrestle? No, not really.
Well, I understand. He says, I understand where you are now. You're operating under the belief that you're as capable as any man in this world. Is that right? Well, how would you feel?
Operating under the belief?
Yes. How would you feel about changing your linens in a room full of unwashed men every day? Because that's
I'm going to think hide. They're probably going to be more self-conscious than I am. And maybe I am a very trim figure. Maybe it will give them something to amuse themselves with, if they're so way inclined. Cheer them up on a cold morning. So I'm not here for that. I'm not here to amuse men, and men should not be on this. Should be joining us if that's their state of mind. I'm hoping that we can be in a serious group, colleagues are out for the same thing, to make history, record history.
He bristles and harumphs and walks back to his desk. Professor, how much did you write on the check?
I don't know. Money. Yeah. So.
Okay. Well, if you have a look at the character, you can see in your cash and gear how much you can afford. So you could write any number. It's just it might bounce, might it?
Sorry, I've got it too far over.
So on the tabs on the side, there should be one saying.
We're all like pressed against the door, listening to this all going.
Doris is from a wealthy, so you know what I mean. It's like it's just the way she is. I don't know. Is what would 100, 200? I don't know what would be good amount of money this era.
For an expedition, you're talking thousands in reality, but you're not a corporation, so
400. I'll start at 400 anyway. It'll be a check for 400.
So Professor Moore said there's $400 on this check. Looks at Starkweather. He says, Starkweather laughs mockingly. He says, well, we're going to need slightly more than that. Try 1,000. Good afternoon, Mrs. Aldridge.
I can do 1,000 and pay for my own voyage. My husband is of means.
Moore stops and looks at him meaningfully. He says, well, come back. In fact, leave your number with Professor Moore and we'll get in touch with you.
Okay.
Good day, Mrs. Aldridge.
And as I stand up and I'll say, it will be a big mistake if you don't take me with you. And I walk.
I'm sure it would be. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got 10 other people to see today.
I'm going to pay them all off so they can't go.
As you're leaving, Professor Moore stops you. He says, Mrs. Aldridge, and he's holding the check in his hand. He says, would you be so kind as to just take a seat a moment? I'll point to the seat. Just take a seat a moment.
Certainly.
He goes back in and closes the door. Over the next 3 or 4 minutes, you hear an absolute blazing row erupt in that room. An absolute row. How dare you? She's only a woman. What does she know? She can't. She's of no use. She's of no value. You're just prejudice and all this kind of stuff. Eventually, Professor Moore comes back out, looking a little bit flustered, neatening his tie up. And he says, Mrs. Aldridge, if you can afford to spare this money, we would be eternally grateful and we would very much like you to be on board. We think you're a valuable addition. We do need a cartographer and your skills are in demand and we would like you to be part of it.
I knew you'd see it the right way. But just here's you've got all my address on the letter I left you. Just contact me and let me know where to be and what date, and I will be ready. Ticket in hand.
Of course, we're asking people to return here on the 1st of September. If you could do that,
I will be here.
Preferably, I think 2 o'clock should be enough. Something like that.
I'll be here at 1:30. I will see you then.
But I thank you for your time. Okay.
And yours.
And
bye-bye.
So you all go, presumably on your way separately. Later on that day, there is another interview, and I've not forgot about him. It is for George Macy. He comes in, has a very, very similar kind of interview to the men. They've obviously calmed down in that kind of time since. And in that time, he's back to his old cheery self, Mr. Starkweather. He'll have a good conversation with you. Is there any questions you want to ask him? Or are you just happy to be on the expedition?
I'm just happy to be on the expedition, but I'm going to push myself forward and say that they're wise in choosing an experienced mountaineer like myself.
Indeed, yes.
To take part in an expedition in some new, rugged, and untested terrain.
That's the spirit. Starkweather says, I'm a bit of a mountaineer myself, and I've heard about you, and I did seek you out personally, so I'm glad to hear it. And that's what
thank you, sir. I'm glad that
if you've got any money.
My experience.
Okay. So, after that, thank God that you're out of that room. Despite being on the 5th floor, the mixture of cigarette smoke and muggy, oppressive air was making you feel a bit sick. And you noticed during that interview as well that the windows had been painted shut, which is why they hadn't opened them. What was it that Starkweather said? The discovery big enough to put your name in lights and potentially change everything. Surely that's worth a little bit of a discomfort in a hot room.
My kind of deal.
As you make your way back through reception, you barely notice 2 men sat in armchairs reading the day's paper. The hotel doors swing open as you jog down the steps to the sidewalk. And somebody calls after you. It's one of the men from the armchairs. Well, calling him a man is stretching it a bit. He's a young, bright-faced boy, about 18 or 20 by your guess. His short-cropped blonde hair is neat, and he's turned out well enough. Hey, mister! Mister, stop a minute, wait! You stop?
I'll stop. I'll turn on. What can I do for you, young man?
Are you from the 5th floor? I'll say, I'll put you in here, even though you're outside. Are you from the 5th floor?
I was. I've just left there.
Oh, nice. He puts his hat on his head, and you can see the white card sticking up clearly out of the side of the ribbon. It reads "Press" in big black letters.
Press.
Is it true? Is it true you're gonna find the bodies of Professor Lakestone's expedition? This is the boy. I'll show people what it looks like. So, is it true? Are you going to find the bodies of Professor Lake?
How much trouble can I get myself into here? I can't tell you that, son.
Oh, come on! Everybody knows there's bodies up there. I just want to know if you're going for them.
No, I'm just gonna tip my hat at him, turn around and leave.
Wait! Do you think they'll find the fossils then?
Wave down a cab, jump into it, and drive away.
Not a problem. As you depart, you're oblivious to the second man who walks down the hotel steps. He folds his paper that he was reading in the armchair, and he watches intently as your cab pulls away. He strikes up a match, lighting a cigarette before hailing his own cab, perhaps coincidentally going the same way as yours, but then again, perhaps not. So, in this downtime, you went for them interviews on the 14th of July. They told you to come back on the 1st of September. So most of that time is going to be taken up finishing up your jobs, making your arrangements for your family and stuff like that, especially people that live in England, bringing gear over, all that kind of stuff. Okay? It will effectively get towards the 1st of September. Is there anything extra special that you want to do in that time? Just going to, make your arrangements as regular people would.
I would like to spend some time looking up the previous expedition.
Okay. Right. So, how are you going to do that? What's the main place that you would go to look at that? Do you think?
I think probably. I'm trying to think where they would have the usual You could probably start with newspaper archives for the articles about around the expedition, and then.
Okay.
I guess.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know.
So that would
we're some distance away from the Miskatonic, so I don't know we'd have access to their records of the expedition.
So Miskatonic is a train ride from New York.
Yeah.
But you can make a library use roll on that. Try and find some stuff.
Oh wow.
What is a library?
Yeah.
That's not helpful.
You only find sensationalist headlines that don't really have much detail in it. It was a worldwide kind of renowned expedition. only stuff that you've heard in the press before, that they found some kind of fossils, the crew there died, and everybody else came back, and that's it. That's all you kind of see. Okay? So, right. So, it arrives the 1st of September, rolls around. Now we'll change this music up a bit, I suppose, just for a bit of a change. Right.
Oh, I might have done some digging on any other activity that has so any rival expeditions that might be being mounted to try to get there first and see if there's any competition.
That's fine. Again, how are you doing that?
Again, I think probably reading through the local library archives.
Yep. Okay.
Mine isn't great though. So
that would be library use on that one.
Yeah, I'm not very hopeful, but let's give it a go. Or I could try actually talking at the chatting up sailors on the docks, seeing if they know that other people have been recruited for other expeditions. That's probably more likely to be in my wheelhouse.
So that's probably persuasion then, isn't it?
Could I take a charm? I'm not trying to get them to do anything.
Yeah. I'll let you do charm with that. Yeah.
Cool. Oh, didn't work. Do I want to try and push?
No.
Let's go. Let's go for it. I'm gonna go for a push.
If you push it, do you end up shanghaied on a different expedition?
Yeah. Or
you push and fail. Yeah.
Could be a lot worse.
I'll see you on Antarctica, guys. Let's give it a go. Right. How do you do this? You click on them to open them up. Yep. And then push.
Yeah. So.
Oh, look at that.
So, that you're not necessarily ingratiating yourself with sailors. You're coming across like.
Oh, sorry. I should have described how I was pushing it. Sorry.
That's
the first time I try it. Yeah, the first one I try, and I'm trying to be really, just genial, getting to open up, and then it's not working. So I tried to kind of like get them to loosen up a bit by like buying drinks and going into dodgy bars and trying to, get them in unguarded moments, shall we say, which could go either way. Fortunately, it seems to have paid off in this case.
Yeah, absolutely. So that second bit works. It takes an extended bit of time to do that.
Got 2 months.
It'll take a little bit of time to go through all that kind of stuff, doing that. It doesn't happen on one night. But you hang about in docks for a bit. And you discover that there is actually a couple of expeditions coming up. One of them, one of the old sea dogs tell you, is actually a German expedition that they've been planning for a little bit. But they know a friend who's gone over to work on one of their trawlers or has been asked to go over and go through. So I'm just trying to find the name of their ship. I can't see it, but not to worry. Not to worry, I will find it out and tell you. But there's definitely a German expedition, and there is one by a second one who's been before, and they've been and come back, but from what you understand, they're there for a while, and they don't necessarily go exploring. They're close to the edge of Antarctica, and they're talking about that kind of stuff there. It's the Bird Expedition. Bird Expedition.
Okay.
Yeah, but they're the two that you know about. Okay?
Okay, cool.
So, September the 1st rolls around. The summer heat wave is broken as you arrive back at the Amherst Hotel, bags in hand. The hustle and bustle of the Big Apple is still there, though. In fact, it's even bigger than you recall. 2 blocks away from Times Square, the footfall hasn't changed as much as you expected it to. The front of the hotel is crowded with a dozen or so reporters harassing anybody with luggage, yelling questions over at each other whilst blinding blink fizz of flashbulbs goes off and dazzling customers' faces. You find yourself in various points kind of across the road from the Amherst Hotel, looking at this spectacle. Perhaps some of you have arrived before and you're like, I'm not going through that. Perhaps some of you have just pulled up in the cabs. But needless to say, you're kind of around here as these press harass everybody in the outside, and the doorman is kind of like telling them to all to get back and, you know, behave with customers. What do you do?
Ooh.
God gave us elbows for a reason. I'm going in.
It's to give you a kind of like a feel for New York. This is kind of New York in the 30s, as it looks. So this is the kind of the city that you're in.
Ooh.
I will just walk straight in with my suitcase and everything because I am a woman and they would not believe that a woman would be going on the expedition. So I will walk in and probably not be bothered at all. Probably trying to snap a man who's walking in behind me.
Okay, I will let you roll luck, but I think you can roll with advantage. So I'll give you advantage on it.
Okie dokie. Look. So is that like to press it to +1 then? Yeah. Oh no.
Advantage.
You've got regular, hard, extreme, blind.
No.
Or you've got
bonus die.
+1.
Yeah, so, +1.
Yeah.
+1.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
Very nice. You're absolutely right. On the money. Nobody's going to suspect you're on this expedition.
No. Yeah.
You get straight through.
And I've even because while I was waiting for my in the weeks coming, I have actually purchased, like, I have got like snow gear and all the right equipment that I would need anyway.
Like,
so even though I'm carrying that stuff in, I'm just a woman, so they won't bother with me.
This is true.
Someone's got to man the galley.
Ooh.
All kind of outside. Like I said, everybody else is, on the street, in various places on the street. You don't have to be stood together. Maybe one of you is in the diner across the road.
Yeah, how far is it from the hotel to the dock?
You can have a look on your map. Have a look on your locations. So it depends on where you're going.
I'm ordering a cup of tea and because I said I was get there early, so I'm early, so I've got time for a tea while I watch the kerfuffle going on by the door.
Yes, absolutely.
Also, while running up to what did I say? Running up to that, I would have been getting all the maps ready, reconciling the maps of their last expedition and what I think needs to be like. So I'm going to present the guys with a route that they went wrong on, they did this wrong or that wrong, and put together
Nice.
So I'll be like, well, this is what we need to be doing, and this is how we do it, and this is what you need, I'm a bit of a bullshit bitch.
Yeah, in that time, then I will let you do a cartography check.
It's where you find out you don't have the skill.
Yeah,
but isn't she the cartographer?
I do actually.
Yeah. I mean, nobody said she was a good cartographer except her.
I'm not bad.
No.
45.
Yep. You having a look at it, you think that the best way is what you call the Panama Canal. We'll go south, go through Panama, and that way from New York. As if they're leaving from New York. You would guess so, seeing as it said that you've to come to this hotel.
So so basically they're going to meet us at the hotel, are they? They're not meeting us at the docks.
That's what they've told you. Yeah, come to the hotel.
Okay, fine.
Do we have any correspondence with them in the time that we've been waiting or anything like that? Or is it just like basically we've heard nothing and then we turn up like today?
Virtually nothing.
Okay.
I mean, they might have just cancelled the whole thing and just not told us.
Yeah, they cashed your check and disappeared.
Yeah, they've gone. They've gone without me.
Yeah.
Surprise one shot.
Yeah.
I prepared a letter, and I post the letter before we sail. So
Duly noted. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Harrison,
what are you doing?
Are
you just fighting your way through this press? Are you doing something else?
I might slip around the back and see if we can get into the kitchen.
That's possible. Yeah. So as you can imagine, a New York alleyway in the 1930s, it's full of it's actually trash cans that are open. There is no bags in them, so it's stinking and all that kind of stuff. You even see a hobo going through them. See what? Because this is a nice hotel, so they're looking for like bits of food that is halfway decent that they can eat. Yeah, and there indeed is like a service door at this back alley.
Is it open?
That will need a luck check.
I'm not very lucky, actually. Oh God, I'm really not lucky.
No.
I make my own luck. Ooh, that's
I don't know. That's
holy
pretty
crap.
good.
Yeah, it's not good enough, unfortunately.
Yeah, you're super unlucky.
I mean, I'll just knock on it. It's fine. I'll knock on the door.
Yeah, no, nobody's coming.
Well, it could be a delivery or anything. Okay.
It could also be a bunch of press trying to get in. They tell them to keep out. So no, they're not answering that. No.
Is there a window?
Yeah. It's like a pub toilet. It's a little bit up. It's not ground level. A little bit up.
Like a little lift window, not the size of a human being.
Yeah, a squeeze. Yeah, not with luggage. It's not.
Not with the luggage. Okay, right, fair enough.
You would have to throw your luggage through first, and then
and then hope you don't get stuck.
Yeah, hope you can get in.
That's fine. I'll take my chances with the rest from that front. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I've got a suitcase in both hands. I'm wearing a rucksack with all kinds of like alpenstocks and pitons and things hanging off it.
Ice picks.
Yeah.
I'm just going to like hoist my left suitcase up on my shoulder so it covers that side of my head. Holding my other suitcase in front of me, I'm just going to be like, gangway, gangway, and make my way into the hotel.
Okay. Yeah, they can't stop you, but it is a push and a shove, and they do shout at you, hey, what's a good idea? Kind of thing. In between, like yelling at you questions. Things like, are you going to find Lake's remains? Are you working for the government?
No, if anyone tries to stop me and get in front of me, I'm just going to be like, hey, I'm walking here.
Yeah. They will get in front of you, and it is a push through, but obviously they're not going to fight you. You do fight your way through. Everybody following suit and doing the same.
If I accidentally clout one of them with the suitcase. Sorry, not sorry.
That's fine. There are women in this press as well.
Don't those walking sticks have some points on the end?
I'm one of these modern chaps who believes in equality.
Yeah. So you can all follow that example as you see. George doing that.
If I accidentally hit a woman with my suitcase, I shall apologise to her. If it's a bloke, it's his fault. He got in my way.
That's it. So effectively, you will all get through. But like I said, they're hounding you with questions all the way up the steps. Like, are you going to find the lake's fossils? Are you working for the government? Are you worried about the curse? What do you think these things are? What does it mean for humanity? The people have a right to know. As you go in and close it off. But near enough, the doorman is there to keep them out, and they don't have a right to come inside, so they're staying outside.
Okay.
And soon enough, you see, Doris having a nice cup of tea as she's sat there waiting and watching.
Animals, absolute animals out there.
Oh, there's two of me.
I do.
Oh, there is two of you. Why is
now there's two of them?
I mean,
because one wasn't enough.
One's too many.
There's more than enough.
Are they here? Start with them more here?
No.
I don't know, man. I just got it myself.
I get the feeling they probably spent the last 6 weeks telling every news agency across the eastern seaboard that we're about to go on a cruise.
True.
Hey, did they ask any of you guys for money?
Not me.
Yeah, I mean, these things don't fund themselves, do they?
Well, I assumed they said they were privately funded, that they had the money already.
I mean, it's still
that's kind of how it works,
room and board,
right?
To be honest. As long as you like a mostly fish diet.
Yeah, what did you make of that Starkweather fella?
Bit of a glory hound.
I'm not sure about their credentials, to be honest. I think there's all the gear, well, none of the gear and no idea.
Yeah, I think we should be pretty cautious. That didn't strike me as particularly competent.
We'll see. I mean, they hire competent men to do the competency. Maybe they're not even going on the expedition themselves. I'm sure they've got a good dog man. And
I mean, are you kidding? That Starkweather, he was chomping at the bit. He wants to get out there, looking for some great adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, people like that.
I've known men like that, officers mostly.
Yeah, they're the ones most likely to get us killed, I reckon.
Yeah. Well, they remain unscathed.
That's why you always send them up first. They can take care of themselves, and we can have a safe distance to observe any future reactions.
Foyer?
Yeah, you're in.
Yeah.
I'm only.
Are the press writing it all down?
Well, they're outside.
There are other customers in here as well, just checking in or going out or whatever.
Are there other people who look like they're part of the
no.
team?
No.
We're a very small team.
No, they're a lot more well-to-do dressed.
I mean, I presume it's not just us. I presume they did manage to employ other people as well.
I don't know. I sure hope so, because if this thing doesn't go ahead right now, after I've just quit my job.
Mm-hmm.
You said Doris has got luggage.
Yeah. I mean, I've got all the luggage and all the ice.
4
Can we see
suitcases, 3 steamer chests.
Yeah.
That's
You really are in reception. I'll put some more people in, then it looks a bit more realistic, I suppose.
It's fine.
But yeah, there are definitely kind of like people checking in or walking about or stuff like that. Yeah. Only a couple, only a handful. Rest are elsewhere in the hotel.
Yeah, I guess we'd recognise Doris from when we had the interview, though, because
I just stood in the room, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, there are tea ladies here, so they must be around here somewhere.
I looked down at all of your equipment, and then kind of I just looked back up at you with a puzzled expression.
Doris Aldridge, pleasure to meet you. You are?
Sully. I hold out my hand. It's a big, beefy hand.
I will respond back with my small hand, but give you a good, firm handshake.
What do you do, Miss Aldridge? Mrs. Aldridge?
Interesting opening conversation. I'm assuming you're here for the expedition, or you just ask all women in hotel foyers what they are doing here.
Yeah, I'm just carrying one kind of regular sized suitcase as well, probably.
I mean, it is how one traditionally makes introductions.
Yeah. I look down at your Arctic polar expedition equipment, and I'll smile at you.
Oh yes, I suppose it was very obvious. Yes, Doris Aldridge, cartographer and surveyor. Yes, I'll be joining yourself. Very excited. We're going to be making history. What? It's like everything that happened before, and we're going to go out again and correct the mistakes. And I'm there to survey the area and do the maps and record everything that I can. And you are that going for. What expertise are you bringing to the table?
Just my charm, ma'am.
Splendid. The penguins always need a good charming. Oh, wait, hold on. Are penguins in Antarctica?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God, we're dead.
Yes.
I mean, I think the penguins probably could use the charm more. They could use bookkeeping, but
Interestingly, Arctic means land of the bears, and Antarctic means land with no bears.
Oh, I know where this is going. It's the one continent without bears on it.
Which is major shade to put on the penguins.
There you go.
I'm not going to get hit by a bear. Yeah, I would know that. I would just. Angie doesn't know that. That's why I was just double checking.
You know what's going to happen in like 6 weeks when you've forgotten about this conversation. You're going to run into a bear penguin.
Don't worry about it.
And it's going to tear you to shreds.
Leopard seals.
It's incredibly likely that nobody's got like Arctic gear with them, because you're just not Arctic explorers. The one most likely would be George. Maybe.
I mean, it's a privately funded expedition. They could provide the Arctic gear.
I've got right amongst my gear in my things. I've got skis. I've got snowshoes.
I've got all of that too. I've overcompensated.
Actually, I think I have, because I must make an announcement. When I click on characters, investigative party, it just gives me a blank sheet.
Yeah, because that's the party token, not
the
characters.
Oh God, where are the characters?
Right,
in the same place.
There you go.
Oh, thank you.
Don't get your hopes up on your gear and camp.
I'm a ghost. No.
You'll have climbing bits. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But,
Mine'll have probably like field kits of every scientific persuasion.
Yeah,
There you have your snowshoes on. The rest of us are looking at you thinking, why has he brought tennis rackets? That's not a bit optimistic.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so Doris would have things to do with cartography, and she's good at, she is used to piloting as well. So she might have,
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
She's got paper and a pencil and can fly a plane.
Yeah.
I am good at going up on a rope.
Yeah, stuff like that. So after a little bit, the receptionist guy kind of like coughs politely.
Bless you.
I do apologise, but are you here for the Starkweathermore expedition?
The same.
Yes, we are. Delayed?
And wait for it.
Not at all, sir. He looks in. He says, I just need to mark you off here. We will assign you rooms if you're ready to go to them.
Rooms?
Absolutely.
Yes. This
young lady might need some help with her luggage.
As you can, of course, I will get the bellboy to come and assist you with your luggage. All the expedition members are here, hence why unfortunately the press are here as well. I do hope they haven't harassed you too much. If you tell Jeeves outside, he will be able to sort you an alternate way in and out on this. But needless to say, I will give you rooms. So goes down the list, assigns you all rooms. Says,
are they prepaid?
Yes, they're all part of the expedition.
Okay.
Yes. You are on. No, not quite. No. The minibar will be charged to yourself if it's used. There is a number of rooms on the 4th floor. You're going to be on the same floor as Professor Moore, but I'm afraid your boss will be one floor up. I think you've been there already. The fire escape is at the end of the hall. If you need anything, you can always call us, and that will be fine. So I will get him to show you to your rooms, and that's what he does. You get in the lift. Everybody can get in a lift, and he will go up. Him, just like I said, is an enthusiastic young man who's a bellboy.
No token on this screen.
I know. I'm putting you on now. He is an enthusiastic young bellboy, and he says, "Oh boy, I'm glad you're here again. Yes, it's sure nice to see all you fellas here at last. It makes the guy feel like he's part of the whole thing, Boy, I wish I could go off exploring the world. What a life. Of course, my ma wouldn't stand for it. Me going off that way and all. No, sir, never in a million years. You got kids? Boy, I bet your kids are as proud as punch." And that's the level of conversation you get going up on the lift.
You know, I'm going to tip him a quarter.
Let you arrive. Oh, nice. He says, "Thank you very much, sir." Says, "Of course, the fire escape's at the end of the hall. Professor Moore is in 42, but feel free to grab your own rooms. You know, those are your keys. You can do what you want." And I've been told you need one of these as well. And he fishes into his pocket, and he comes out with a card. And this card looks similar to what Doris got when she came here first time, like that. But on the back of it, each one inscribed, there is this. And on the address, the ones that say 9 are actually 4s. It's just a weird handwriting.
Okay.
So we've
And
got
he's
we've
got a small
room.
stack of them.
We've got a room, but we're not staying there tonight. Is that the idea?
It just says freshen up. I think they want to be. Yeah, we could freshen up.
Yeah, and then head out to the pier to the ship.
I read my card and say, shall we all meet down in the foyer in 15 minutes, say?
Maybe it'd be safe to leave by the fire escape.
I'll unlock your doors, and you pick which room you want to have.
For the next 10 minutes.
Yeah.
For the next minute.
If the faster we go, the more of a head start we have on Angie's character.
Rude.
You can race to your room. So that room is Professor Moore's.
I can't get in 41, but I'll go in there.
You can now, I'm sure.
No. There we go. Oh. There we go. Okay, I shall take my bags in and get myself a quick nip of sherry from the minibar.
Oh, right. That's $50.
I'll get a quick nip of sherry from my flask.
Yeah. No worries.
There's your rooms.
Okay, let me mark down whose these are then. The bloody thing. Yeah.
Wait, there's no bathroom in this room.
There should be.
Shared bathroom at the end of the corridor.
No.
I'm talking about the fire escape.
I'm going to ask a really silly question now. How do I open this door?
Click on
it. You just click on it.
Oh, I didn't do the clicking. I just tried to walk through it.
Hang on. Yeah, there's
Buckley, just open the door. How?
I've got you.
The first door on the game thwart us.
No, I found it. It's because I was standing in the door and couldn't actually see the little thing that you clicked on.
I didn't click. I was waiting for Lee to open it for me.
I have a bath. Could you take vision away from my bathroom, please?
Yeah. We're all watching you.
Right. My character, being a typical gentleman, goes into one of his suitcase, takes out a newspaper, unfolds it, and plonks himself on the toilet.
All right.
Are you going to ask Sully to leave at any point?
They've got.
Or are you going to continue using his bathroom?
There you go. So that's.
It's like a bidet, but that's almost French.
Okay.
What number am I in? Didn't know.
This seems very elaborate for something we are for 15 minutes.
Well, I know.
Yeah.
I understand the fact that there's a bidet in the toilet makes me realise why this hotel isn't very crowded. It's not very crowded because people can't afford it because we're in the middle of the Depression.
You are.
But I mean,
towards the end
there's a
of
wall
the
of
restaurant,
reporters outside.
there are. So obviously you freshen up and do what you need to do, and then I'm guessing head towards the docks, like it says.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nothing else that you're doing, that you need to. Or
No,
anything like
well, I wasn't. Just had a nip of sherry and then waited for the others in the foyer. Oh, are we going in the foyer or are we going down the fire escape?
Well, the foyer means you have to go past the reporters. But yeah, I don't think we've got much time to do anything else. I think the assumption seems to just be that we get ready and then go.
Also, the assumption seems to be there's no bathroom on the ship.
It's the side of the ship is for.
there will be, but
it's the head, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep.
That's right. That's right.
And we're done.
Okay. So I've added that location onto your map, and that's fine. So you're heading towards the docks. Is everybody okay? Do you need a loo break or anything like that?
I'm alright.
no thanks. Just had one.
Okay, the minute.
I'm good, thank you very much. Yeah, Fleece just had one while I was reading the paper.
So you are gonna head to the docks. Right, which again, I will put you on.
Oh, there we are, tiny. Okay.
You are. Okay. So you should be here. The Hudson River docks are a place of constant motion. Smells of seawater, oil, fish, and damp wood fill the air, mixing with the sweaty odours of the stevedores, I think that's how you say it, working on the docks. Dozens of ships of all sizes and descriptions are tied up here in various stages of loading and unloading. Huge cranes swing heavy loads overhead, and the ground is littered with cast-off packing materials, broken glass, and bits of metal. Tied up on the north side of Pier 74 along the Hudson River shores of the New York City is the Gabriel, its bow facing out. On the south side of the pier, the brightly lit and well-maintained facilities of the Italian Royal Mint Line make the expedition's berth seem shabby and unimportant. This is what you can kind of see as you're, obviously this is like the river looking in, but this is kind of the dockyard that you're into. You pull up at the foot of West 34th Street and cross over 12th Avenue to the pier chevron. A small sign has been stenciled and nailed on near one of the two large doors on this thing. And it looks a lot like this. Okay. So this is the kind of scene, and on this main building here where you're stood, it's kind of marked there.
Does anyone see anyone that looks vaguely guard-esque?
Yeah. So yes, indeed, there's lots of people hanging about, and eventually you'll find a guard somewhere knocking about. It says, good afternoon.
Yeah.
Hi. We're with the expedition.
Says, you got any ID on you?
You got any ID on you?
I presume everyone's bought passports because we are going to other countries.
Yeah.
Right?
I presume everyone's got the calling card we were given.
Oh yeah, yeah. We would.
I know
yeah.
that's going to cut it for the guard though.
Yeah.
Well, we'll flash that. Well, actually, go on then, George. George, he's flashing his card.
Or would anyone have brought like the initial telegram with them?
I'm Dr. Benjamin Cross. My name should be down there. Here's my passport.
He looks at his little list that he's also got on a clipboard. Says, "Oh yeah. You want berth 74B? It's just down here. There's a warehouse on the dock front. You go inside there. Dr. Moore will meet you there." He said to go there. This is where we're kind of storing things. You'll go for it. So he gets back to it, and he again looks like he's hanging around waiting on people turning up. Needless to say.
Aldridge.
So I'm going to take a quick break.
You will
and
go
on my
through
job
the thing?
for seconds.
Yep.
Yeah. He will go through that again. Yeah, no problem. You all show your ID in turn. He'll direct you to the ship front. Not a problem with that. And he says, "Yeah, you go for it, and you will be fine to go in." So he then shows you to the dock front. Ahead of you, again, stinking of like fish and oil and all that kind of stuff, and the clatter and bang of dockyard life. You notice in front of you there is like a big warehouse with, and he's stood at side of the ship, Gabriel, the SS Gabriel. This presumably is the ship that you're going to be spending a lot of time on.
It's the tug.
How long would it
isn't
take on a ship to get to the Antarctic from here? Just general question.
A general question, about 2 months, you reckon?
Oh, right. Okay, cool. Interesting.
What's the ship look like?
If you step forward, you'll see it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you should anyway.
Is that it there?
Oh,
if he does it right.
Can I praise the ship?
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I'm wondering what condition it looked like it was in.
Yeah, for sure. It looks. Let me see if I've got a picture of it. It looks pretty good, pretty decent. Yeah, this is more a picture of it.
Okay,
nice.
As long as
it's like.
Doesn't look like it's going to sink, basically.
No, it's pretty sturdy. It's got like a steamship kind of thing, big mast, big cranes, huge holds. There's 5 holds on it, from what you can see. They're all open and being loaded. And you can see, obviously, you stood next to a massive crane that's operating. And you can see, lots of stevedores walking around. They will growl at you if you get too close because you're getting in the way. Yeah, and it's a hive of activity around here.
Get out of the way and get on board.
Yeah.
Well,
did they ask
the
us
guy directed you to the warehouse at the side of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say that. Was it? Yeah. Which way was it? The ship or the?
Because I thought the card said join us on the ship, so I presume that there would be like a gangplank would be down or something. But
it did say you just said the SS Gabriel, yeah.
I'm assuming it's this warehouse here.
Yeah, that's right. So you go in the warehouse. It's a very gloomy, kind of musty kind of place. It's filled with cargo boxes, bales, drums, pallets, and stacks 15 feet high, running back from the outdoor work area in 3 long rows with narrow aisles between them.
Hiding behind a crate.
You can see as you go in and look at these veils, as you're kind of walking around, you can see some of them are stamped with the thing of Start With a More expedition on them.
The guys that are around, can we see the guys that are around? Any sign of them?
You can't see anybody right now.
Yeah, Professor.
Hello? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. So Dr. Cross can see him, yeah. He looks up, as you shout, he looks up and says he's on a pallet with a chair near it, a stool near it with paperwork around. He gets up from behind it and says, "Oh, welcome." He gives you a sincere handshake. He's at the back. He's at the back. Yes.
I'm relieved to see you.
Oh.
There was an element of uncertainty and cynicism, but it looks like this is actually happening.
Oh, never doubt it. Yes, this is a big undertaking, so I'm apologise that we weren't there to greet you, but as you can understand, lots to see, lots to do, lots to arrange. We had no time to roll out the red carpet, shall we say. But I'm glad that you came. I'm glad that you're on board, and we can do, the pleasantries tomorrow more officially. But he points to this thing back here, and there's a plate of sandwiches. Some of them are gone. Some of them are looking a bit soggy. But he says, by all means, have you eaten? Grab some food. Grab some food. Have a drink. We've got a lot to do today. You're going to be fitted for some clothes and you're going to have a medical. I know you're a doctor, sir, but we had to move forward. We've got another physician on the trip. You'll be working closely with him. He's called Dr. Green, which, again, you would probably have to make a credit rating check.
My rival.
I think that's how you do it. Yeah. But yes, he will be coming. Okay. Yeah, let me just find him. Yeah, you probably do know him.
Timed out.
He's a bit of an expedition guy as well. He's been on a couple. From what you hear, you certainly have heard of him on the circuit, and he likes a bit of a challenge. He's a bit of an adventurer.
I see.
From what you hear, you've never met him. He's a young guy, but you've heard that he's kind of volunteered for most expeditions, going to places.
I mean, on previous expeditions, there's obviously different groups that break into separate groups, like the ill-fated Dr. Lake's group last time.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, he says, well, yeah, like I said, get something to eat and we'll get underway. What I would say is that at the hotel, I hope your rooms are fine for you, yes? If they are, we will, that's hunky-dory. We'll be meeting every morning for a briefing at the boardroom at the hotel. But for now, if you excuse me, I'll get back to work.
When do we actually depart?
We'll tell you more about that at the briefing, but it will be middle of September. So there's a couple of weeks yet, but don't worry, the time's going to fly.
So you're putting us up in this hotel for 2 weeks before we actually head off?
Yes, that's right. Unfortunately, an expedition of this size is a significant undertaking. Hence why I couldn't meet you at the hotel. Too much to do. So And he kind of like motions back. And from behind, there's a guy here who comes through, walks through. He says, we've got new, fresh victims, have we? Comes here, yeah. As you're all in. He'll shake your hand as well. He will find who he is on this. Comes in. He looks like that.
Well, he's rather dashing.
He's relatively young, yes. And he says, "Yes, I'm Peter Sykes. I'm the guide for this expedition. I'm here to come and pick you up for some cold weather gear. So if you'd like to follow me, I'll take you. Have you eaten?
You've been here before. You've been to Antarctica before.
Yes, twice. I've been to the Arctic 3 times. So yes, I do know a little bit. Spent a summer in Greenland.
No.
Yes, but like I said, if you follow me,
yeah,
and he'll take you to another. He'll take you to another kind of shed, and as you go inside, you see all manner of kind of like heavy fur, animal skin clothes, big, thick woolen, gloves, all that kind of stuff. He says, right, if you'd like to line up, we'll go through it. And he starts with the men, and he'll take every single measurement from you, like your glove size, your hat size, your collar size, chest size, all that kind of stuff. Gets to Doris, looks really apologetic. He says, "I'm really sorry, madam. I'm going to have to take your measurements."
I just stand there and hold my arms up and go, I have bought my own equipment, but I think it's best if I have 2 sets. And I stand there and open my arms up and just stand there. I am not embarrassed at all. He's probably squirming.
He does look a bit uncomfortable. He says, "What, you're an explorer as well? You've been to the Arctic?"
I've been on expeditions before. I wonder if I've been to... I've not been to the Antarctic, no. So I have been to colder regions and...
Okay. I'm Canadian myself. So, winters in the Yukon and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I can understand. Now, I promise that I'll be as brief as I can, but I need to do your inside leg.
I will do the star shape willingly.
And what side are you dressing?
Yeah, he very awkwardly takes the measurement and I goes, "Thank you." And
then I'll turn around and say to him, "If you'd ask, I'd actually got them all written down." I'm a bit cheeky about it because it's like I knew he was squirming.
he will boisterously laugh at that, I think. And says, I like it. I think you and me are going to get along swell. He says, I'll give you the first pick of the gear when it comes. We're still ordering it. We need all the gear measured to fit, because if you're ill-fitted out there, that's not good.
Oh, but appreciated.
Seeing as we've got some of you here, what I'm going to do is get you to get into some of this kit right now, because we're going to have a bit of a press release coming up. So I'd like to put you in some of the gear and take some fanciful shots, if that's all right. Just for the kids.
That's okay. Is the guy in the office that was mocking me about me getting down to my undergarments with a bunch of men, is he in the office?
No.
Start with it.
No.
Damn it. Okay, then that's fine. Because if he was there, I'd have so stripped off and gone, okay, then give me the clothes. But if he's not there, I shan't do it. I should have a certain amount of what's the word? Decorum.
Decorum.
Yeah.
If the other guy was there, I'd have sewed on. Yeah.
No problem. That goes swimmingly. He'll get you to wear various like furs, big fur hats, all that kind of stuff. In front of like a white bed sheet blanket kind of thing, with boxes of ice, polystyrene ice cubes or whatever it is in 1930s.
Oh, if I'd known, I'd have gone and got my parka.
Cardboard painted white or something
under the
like
stairs.
That. Yeah. And he has a brilliant time with you. He says, right, we'll get the stuff ordered. He'll be here before we go, I promise you, and that'll be fine. So what you need to do now is go and get yourself a medical. Dr. Green is a couple of buildings down. He'll sort that out for you, yeah? You just need a full medical. Okay?
Sure.
So, again, you go down.
Yeah.
A couple of the doors, no problem. Again, same kind of thing. You get the impression it's a bit conveyor belty. And the guy, you see.
Oh, wait, where did you go? Where did you all go?
We stayed in.
Oh, no, she found out.
So this is Dr. Green. As he comes in, he's got a white coat on. It's a bit more sterile, this. Yeah. It's a bit more sterile, this area. A bit more like a dockyard office. Just a bit better than a warehouse floor. And he'll show you in, probably individually. He'll sit you down at the desk. And if you ask him questions, he's happy to answer them. But he'll take your blood test. He'll question you on your medical history, your current health. He'll do stuff like that. Are you lying about any of it?
Oh, no, I've got my full medical history all written down already.
I will. Wonderful. Mm-hmm. It gives you a clean bill of health. It says, right, the next and last thing that you need to do for today.
He probably wouldn't give me a clean bill of health.
Right.
Not being your number one rival,
He's a half-decent physician.
It's like, sir, please
it's
stop
a
eating the
decent
medicine.
physician. It's a decent physician. What is kind of wrong? I'll give it a roll. Give it a roll.
Oh my god!
Wow!
Oh.
Have some aspirin. Call me in the morning. It's fine.
It's more the fact
He'll ask you straight up. He's like, yeah, I think I know, but if you tell me, I might be able to do something about it.
To be honest, I think being away from source might be good. It's going to be good for me. And by the time everything settles down, I think by the time we hit Panama, I'll be ready to
He looks concerned. He says, "Look, I'm not. You're a physician yourself, so you know the risks. And you're older than me, so I'm not gonna sit here and preach to you about the benefits or cons of that kind of thing. But you do understand that, like, I need you to know that you're 100% capable of withstanding the stress on this expedition, because there is no easy out if things go sideways. Can't just get you off the Arctic snow,
Yeah, I know. I'm not a stranger to working in Arctic or Antarctic conditions myself. Okay, I know what it needs, what it entails. I just need you to sign me off.
He kind of grimaces. He says, "I'm kind of going to have to declare it.
No,
I don't know what will happen."
No, come on, Green. You don't have to declare it.
So that is probably like a persuasion check, isn't it?
That is very much a persuasion check.
Yeah.
I don't think I did the persuasion.
Oh, it could be intimidation again.
Oh no! I'm not very persuasive. I'm not. I'm whimsical and charming, but not very persuasive. So let's have a look, because that's what I'm trying to do.
Oh shit!
Oh, help you guys! I'm staying at home.
Wow! Oh,
Nailed Do you want to push that?
from one extreme to another.
He's like, I can't do it. I can't risk this expedition. There's something going on. It's not my call whether you go on it or you don't go on it, but I have to declare it. I hope you understand this.
You have to kill him.
On the line.
You have to kill him before he tells anyone else.
Lost.
Yeah. So that is a problem, a significant problem for you.
You could always nick his pen.
Roll the fumble.
Yeah. So he will note it down. He says, after each one of you says, right, we've booked you a dentist appointment in the city, and after that you're free to, your time's your own until the briefing tomorrow, so I'm told. But you've got a dentist appointment in the afternoon, staggered. If you go there, gives you the address, writes it down, say, right, get all your dental work sorted. Obviously not cosmetic. That'll be on your charge, but anything else is on the expedition. And that's it. So, needless to say, that is what will happen. And then the rest of the day and the afternoon is up to you what you want to do. Is there anything you want to do?
How much time we got?
By the time you've gone through all that rigmarole, it's probably about 4 in the afternoon, but it's September, so it's light until about 8, 9.
I'll see if I can find out some more information as we're down the docks before we go. See if I can find some more information about that German expedition.
Yeah. So that's fine. And obviously, just to point out as well, you're roughly together in the thing as well, if you want it to be. So if you want to talk to each other, that's fine. If you want to go your separate ways and do different things, that's fine. So you're looking at talking to the sailors on this dock and talking about the expedition.
Yeah, not just the sailors, like the harbour masters as well. And
okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right. So that would either be a credit rating, or it would be again like a charm check, and it's going to be a hard difficulty.
Well, I've already got a tick on my charm, so let's go for a credit rating. If it's a credit rating, will I get an advantage for being a sailor myself from the people that I'm talking to?
Well, that's the kind of.
The credit rating relates to me being a doctor, but I'm also a sailor.
Yeah, go on then. I'll give you advantage on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Right, nice. That is very cool. Very cool. I will come back to you on that. So, Flea, what are you doing? Or indeed anybody else that wants to jump in?
That is a good question. Well, being the fact it's kind of like 4 o'clock-ish, I'm going to go and get something to eat nearby.
Mm-hmm. There will be a diner. It's New York.
Nice.
I'll go with him.
Maybe to find one here on the docks.
I shall join you, George.
Things that are happening.
Yeah. No problem. So Doris and George head off to like a diner.
Maybe I'll tag along too.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I was so I kind of still want to try and see if I can find anything out about that previous expedition. I don't know if I still have anything here, if there'd be any time to actually do any research on it.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly.
I'm just trying to think what I can apply.
It was a pretty famous expedition, so there might be some things in here in this city that you might be able to find.
Because there might be some charts somewhere. There might be like a...
Yeah.
Like where they store like expedition routes and maps and things. Some museum or something like that. Work.
Yeah. I would say you can make is it an idea check?
Intelligence.
This is intelligence.
Intelligence in this edition.
They just...
Okay.
At least the numbers are going down.
Probably the most likely place that it'll be is actually at Miskatonic University because they sponsored the expedition. Yeah. So, like, their geological department will probably have information there, places like that. But they funded that expedition, so they're going to have some results that might not be elsewhere.
Do we have enough time to do that kind of trip, or should it be like a phone call?
Not in daylight. Not in daylight. You don't know. By the time you get there, it'll be, people would have ended.
Yeah, and just around how long until we head off? I lost track of the days until we got it.
Yeah. So this is the 1st of September, and they reckon you've got like the 15th of September.
Okay. That's more time than I thought. Okay. So I'd probably try and head. So then, get a train, some simple lodgings for the evening, and then
they're going to expect you back at the hotel by 8 a.m. though. They will tell you the briefing is at the hotel at 8 a.m.
Is that today, the 1st, or tomorrow?
Tomorrow
morning.
Next day. Okay, that's cool.
Right. Okay. So you're heading to Arkham, are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like that's the best chance of finding info and what we need to know about the previous expedition.
Okay. So Benjamin, as you're looking around, you basically discover, talking to the guys that you ingratiate yourself with them, you find out a couple of them have heard a few things. Sounds like the expedition's leaving from Bremerhaven in Germany, and it's going around September, so around this time. So they're not too far away from launching, last they heard, but they don't know anything else. Said that they know some people that like handle trawlers and they've been trawling equipment and gear over there. That's about it. Okay, so you guys go to a coffee shop. No problem. It's not as luxurious as what you might think. It's still in the end of the depression, so these kind of things struggle a little bit. But they're there. You get a coffee, sit down. You can afford it, no problem.
Yeah.
Sit down together.
What do you think Starkweather's up to?
Probably something disagreeable. He wasn't the pleasantest of chaps.
I think he's the money behind this thing.
You think he's the money? I don't know. He seemed pretty desperate to take any money he could offer me.
What do you think? More seems more like the doer.
Yeah. This Starkweather guy, maybe he's just a figurehead or something.
It was most unpleasant about to me, being a woman. How would dare a woman choose to do this kind of thing? And did I have permission from my family? Most old-fashioned.
You're one of those emancipated types, huh?
Oh, my commiserations, madam. I raise my cap.
Okay. Let me have a look.
I mean, I approve. That's fine.
I'm still trying to work out what that word meant.
Don't stress. Oh, you're making an idea roll.
Think ladies' suffrage. Just don't throw yourself in front of the king's horse.
All right, okay. Yes, I am. But I'm not. I just don't need anybody to tell me what I can and can't do.
Commendable.
A free spirit.
Free spirit. I'm happily married. A good life. Good friends, but I don't need anyone's permission to do anything. You need someone's permission to do anything?
Interesting.
To be fair, I don't have anybody to get permission from.
Macy goes misty-eyed and remembers his late mother.
I want you all to make a spot hidden roll.
Oh
no.
I love a good spot hidden.
Yeah. Let's hope that the adventure doesn't count on us making this. Oh my god. Yeah, Doris is in the right seat, clearly.
I am.
Doris
you don't
is
got
in
your
the
backs
right
to everybody, and I'm sitting
The-
against the wall and scanning the room.
I missed mine by 1.
So there obviously is. I mean, you can spend luck if you want to succeed.
No, it's fine.
No, okay. So obviously, there's more than just you in this coffee shop. There's a few other people, but you notice at the far end, almost like in the back corner, there is an old guy who's distinctly watching you.
No.
No.
It's like that.
I just lean
Sat down,
forward as if I...
steeping his tea bag. Obviously, his hat's off. He's watching you intently. As he sees that you see him, he kind of like looks away out of the window, tries to pass it off like he's not.
I bend over as if I'm looking in my bag, but whisper to the others. It seems we've drawn the attention of that distinguished-looking gentleman at the end of the cafe. He was definitely watching us until I caught his eye, and now he's pretending that he's not watching us.
Maybe he's press.
Probably.
George, being that kind of guy, literally just leans over on his chair and looks.
Oh yeah, good. Big stares.
What, like in an intimidating way? Like, what are you looking at? Or are you
it's kind of like in the, whatever you do, don't look behind you kind of way.
Yeah. Okay.
I will twitch the rim of my cap at the gentleman and turn back round to my coffee.
Guy will pick up his hat. He'll leave money on the thing. And he will look at you all, but just give you a greeting, and then he'll walk out without saying anything.
Okay. I don't think I'd do anything. It's just I would assume he's press or something, and just like
Yes.
If we see him again, then yes, maybe. But
yeah, you're not out of place. You're not, anything like that. You're just regular customers. But he was watching you like completely intently.
that's what I do when I'm out in public, and Mark has to give me a bit of a whacking to stop staring.
It's called people watching. It's fine as long as you don't get
love
caught.
it. I love people watching.
That's it.
I mean, he obviously doesn't have press card in his hat, does he, or anything like that? So
it might be on the other side of his hat.
I mean, it could be.
Maybe he's off duty.
Or maybe he just took it out because he didn't want us to know he was pressed.
Maybe. They tend to wear it for a reason, though. They tend to have to declare it and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, once it could be coincidence, couldn't it? So, like you say, if we see him again, then maybe that's when we start asking questions. So, I mean, as he's leaving, he doesn't, you say he tips his hat to us, so he's...
Yeah.
It's not like gesturing us to follow him, or...
No.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I've been watching it. I watch him for a minute, a few seconds out the window as he leaves. See if he looks back or anything.
He does look back. He definitely looks back. And he goes to the left, and he's like a glass-fronted coffee front. And as he's walking away, he glances back inside, then disappears past the window to the left.
Does he stare as he goes by?
Not like glaring.
No, but like, yeah.
Yeah, it looks your way. Yeah.
I mean, maybe we should get out of here. If he's pressed, he might tell some of his friends, and they'll be crawling around this place before we know it. Drink up.
Head back to the hotel. Did they say we had to brief every day?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Every
morning at 8 a.m.
Well, maybe we should head back. I'm assuming there'll be an evening meal around 8-9 o'clock this evening, and then we can retire for the evening for an early start tomorrow. I always like to go for a brisk run in the morning, so
yeah. And that's the plan. That's fine.
Yep.
Are you all leaving together?
Sounds like a good idea. I think it's a good idea. If there's any more of these press guys around, and there's a mob of them.
Okay.
Would anybody like to come for a run in the morning with me?
You're making small talk like that. As you get outside, you see the guy. He's next to a black car across the street, watching the hotel thing, coffee shop thing. As you all come out,
car.
Oh,
car.
That's more logical than a black R.
Kind of like goes inside it, and it drives off.
Oh, did he wasn't driving, or was somebody driving him?
He wasn't driving. He got in the passenger side, but he was stood watching the coffee shop. And as you all came out, he got in.
Lock the reg.
Okay.
They call it a license plate, my dear.
Back in these days, it'd be something like 35p.
That's right. Meanwhile, Harrison gets on the train and goes to Arkham, which takes a good couple of hours. You think, by the stoppages and the waiting on the train and all that kind of stuff. But eventually you arrive at Arkham train station. So about 6 o'clock-ish. So it's getting kind of dusk. But you see Arkham as it would be in the 30s. Gambrel roofs and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And a bit more homely kind of atmosphere, not the hustle and bustle of New York.
This is where you get like cheap lodging and end up doing a side quest of the rats in the walls.
Yeah.
Oh, he's up in
that's right. Yeah, there is. Yeah, there's a boarding house and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
guy's air conditioning is a bit
probably worth getting some like cheap lodgings so I can then get an early start tomorrow.
Would you like would you like a gable or would you not, sir?
Oh, was it Harrison that went here, not Benjamin?
Harrison.
Harrison.
Name down.
Yeah. So yes.
I'll phone ahead to the university as well. I can't remember because I think I did change some details, but I didn't write them down.
You live in Cambridge. He says you live in Cambridge.
Yeah, so. No, I think I did an update on the export or anything. Okay. It doesn't matter. I'll have to look at the map again on the place I was looking at. I was sort of near Boston.
Okay.
One of the sort of universities near Boston.
Yeah. You'll have probably visited, the university at some point.
I think you're at least professionally networked enough to know somebody.
Yeah, so you'll know how to get to the lodging roughly. You know how to get to the university roughly. You can get a cab. It's fine, and you've got enough money to do that. Right, so you head to the university. Like I said, all the kind of classes and lectures are done for the day. There might be a couple of late night studies and stuff like that. What department are you kind of heading to? Looking for anything in particular?
Yeah, trying to just find. Yeah, so I'm trying to. I want to find out more about what they were, what they suppose, because there's that whole article about they found.
Okay. So
basically what they found, if there's any records of where they were going as part of an expedition, what their route plan would have been when they headed off, and just hoping that's kind of being stored in an archive or someone knows where it is.
Yeah. So I would again make an intelligence check on that.
Wait, continuing going downwards.
Wonderful. So you make some preliminary inquiries with some people you find and all that kind of stuff. Where would you direct me to? Probably the geology department, stuff like that. Tell them that you're looking into the Miskatonic expedition, stuff like that. They will explain to you that Dr. Peabody is here. Frank Peabody is here, Professor Peabody.
Yeah.
You can talk to him if you want. He's the man who designed the drill.
Yeah, it's probably worth doing. Because I'm trying to think, was he involved in the expedition? I mean, apart from designing the tools.
Yes, he went on it. Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. They go to the end. It's the door on the left.
This left?
Yep.
Point of...
Knock on it, and there's a voice that says, "Come in." Yeah, and
is it Professor? Okay, was it?
Yeah. That's right. The guy that looks like that. He's behind a desk. Looks up. He's got a stack of marking. That he's working his way through. And he looks up at you, says, "Yes, can I help you?"
Good evening, Professor Peabody. Apologies for the hour. I am Professor Jones. I've recently been attached to the Starkweather Moor expedition, going to the Antarctic. Follow-up expedition to the, I believe the one your Professor Lake's previous venture. And I was wondering if there might be any information you may have that may assist our expedition. And I know as unfortunately not a happy subject. But anything that, like records that you may be able to point me to may, maybe make our lives a lot easier. And we can also bring back anything that you were forced to leave behind.
Leave behind? Yes. I'm afraid there's not a lot I can tell you. Have you not spoken to Starkweather?
He seems to be more interested in conquering the next mountain rather than, intelligent discourse of the scientific nature of the expedition.
Okay.
And
you don't need
Dr.
to check.
Moore keeps mostly to himself.
You don't need to check to see that he's kind of visibly disturbed and shocked by your turning up. He will get like a bottle of scotch out of the drawer. He says, "Do you mind?"
Not at all.
He'll kind of like have one to steady his nerves. Says, "Well, what do you wish to know in particular? There's not a lot I can tell you." Oh.
So I was hoping to know the route the expedition took, and as you know, the newspapers, they're quite hyperbolic, especially when it comes to any kind of scientific information that they don't understand. And I was wondering what exactly you found there, because I've heard some quite fantastical stories.
Jay finishes his drink. He says, "Yes, I'm sure. Fantastical indeed, but it was horrible. It was horrible. I'll never go back there, ever. Nothing in the world could persuade me to set foot down on there again. And I can't explain it in any way that would make you understand. Oh, those poor men. Fools. It's not a place for us. Mankind was not made for such a place. I will give you the report, but it will only be a fictional part of what it was. A summary. It's not in any particular detail.
Yeah.
But you can see roughly what was found. I will tell you. The sight of those men. I could never go back. I'll put that in the Discord, but it basically hints at what they went through. The summary of it is that lake, they went there for geological studies and to map the wastes. Professor Lake took a small team to part of the mountain range. They found some pretty good fossils from prehistoric times. They went further inland and they were forced down by weather. They saw these huge, ginormous mountains, and they wanted to go there, but they were forced down by weather. And as they drilled where they were, they found a cave full of like insane amounts of fossils that were all different eras that shouldn't be together, but they were. And they found a creature never seen before. They pulled them out. There was 13 in total. They started looking at them. They were excited about them, but a giant kind of storm came, and they lost contact with them. And when Professor Dyer went to find them, turns out they were all killed in this storm. It was a ferocious storm, and Professor Dyer and Danforth made it back. And they told the story of that basically. When that's kind of the gist of it.
That sounds like quite an ordeal, I could say. I'm relieved that
Yes.
you safely made it home and that you never have to experience such an ordeal or misadventure again in your career.
No.
But I thank you very much for sharing this information with me. It potentially, if I can keep an eye out while we are on our expedition, we can potentially avoid any similar mishaps or loss of life. My interest is purely scientific, and I've long wanted to study Antarctica and its animal life and geology, and I definitely don't want anything to go awry while doing so. So again,
I
thank
understand. He said, if as you're leaving, he says, you take one piece of advice, take this. Take yourself off the expedition and don't go. You're much safer.
I'm out. End stream.
Right,
So yeah, I'll bid him good evening and best of luck with his marking efforts, and quietly shuffle my way out.
No worries.
And make the return trip whenever I'm able.
Not a problem. There is like a train later on, so you could go back that night if you wish to.
Yeah, I think the check-in is it in the morning or in the evening? When you said 8 o'clock, was it morning?
Morning.
Okay, yeah. So I'll get back sooner because then I can get like prepped and rested before then.
Okay, not a problem. Not a problem. So it's 20 past 11 now. Rather than starting the next day, do you want to end it on that?
I would have. I want to talk to Andrew's character. So you want to get back to the hotel?
Okay. Yeah.
It's what me? What you won't do with me?
Yeah. You
okay.
So, you have some nautical maps in your collection of maps under your arm.
You all in this?
I most probably do. I will probably have every map that I could conceivably get my hands on.
Yeah. I was wondering if I could pick your brains about something, Mrs. Aldridge. I would like to hypothetically chart the path of a vessel that may be leaving from Europe to come to Antarctica, and perhaps we could between us work out how long said vessel would take to get there and what route it may take.
Yes, I can do that, and work out approximate times and things like that. If you starting points, end points, all those, and I will get the maps out, and we can look at them together, and we will cartography. No, whatever the word is. Cartographize.
You're gonna cartography the hell out of those maps
and survey those things.
So yes,
noting montage.
Yeah. So you have
some tea and maps.
Things. Yeah. So you can find. I'm guessing you're looking for like Bremerhaven and stuff like that. Yeah.
Working out what route it would take to get there. Would it go down past the Horn of Africa? Would it go across? What's the usual route?
Absolutely.
Kind of thing.
Absolutely. So yes, you would.
Because Suez hasn't been built now in 33, is it?
No, that's right. Yes, they would. Looking at what it is, they would travel along Europe, down by Spain, like you said, past Africa, go that way. They will effectively, I think they stop off in Africa, and then they will end up at Antarctica that way. But you can make a cartography check, I think, or a navigation check. I would say.
My navigator's 35. Oh, take that one.
Nice.
I was on the
So-
world map.
Based on that, the most direct route, it would take them to the opposite side of Antarctica to what you reckon you'll end up being. So if you go, Doris has already said the best way that she can see to get from New York to Antarctica is going through the Panama Canal, which is kind of Central America and that kind of place. So if you go that way, you'll end up at one side of Antarctica, and those going the other way will end up pretty much the opposite side of Antarctica to you.
But at the same time.
Roughly, yeah. You reckon it would roughly take the same time, but obviously there's factors that aren't. That's just a straight run without like rough seas or anything like that. You know, delays, all that kind of stuff. As you're looking at that kind of stuff, you'll be doing it in a public place, I think, or something like that.
Well, I was thinking, the hotel,
yeah. James Starkweather will come and find you, and he says, Dr. Cross, been meaning to find you. I've been speaking to Dr. Green. Might I have a word?
Yes, of course.
I'll take you to one side. I'll say he kind of gave me the impression that you're not entirely fit for this expedition. Said that you're suffering from withdrawal. Says under such circumstances, I can't allow you on this expedition. I'm very, very sorry. I'm going to have to ask you to vacate your room and leave.
Starkweather's British, isn't he?
He is.
Now look here, look here, Starkweather. Where did you serve in the Great War?
Of course I did.
Of course you did. We're surrounded by men who didn't, men who saw this on the Pathé newsreels and on the papers, and it's strange. I left that accursed country because I couldn't bear the guilt of being a man who survived, and I'm sure you probably had a similar journey. I have been struggling to find my purpose since I arrived here, and I appreciate that you have concerns about my suitability for practice, but you do have another physician on board, and I am, and always will be, a sailor, an acquitted sailor. So I put to you that if you do not feel that I am suitable to tend to the sicknesses and maladies that may befall people, then fine. I accept that appraisal at this stage. I believe that by the time we hit Panama, I will be ready to practice, and I will submit myself to a further examination from Dr. Green by then. Until then, I am happy to assist with the crew. If you do not feel that I have recovered, I'm suitable by Panama, I will depart. I will continue my payment as discussed. I will tip my hat to you, and I will make my own way back to America.
So that certainly would be a persuade check, I think.
Which is annoying because I'm not very persuasive. I sound panicky.
But you could spend all of that luck you've got.
Yeah, sure could. Yeah.
Let's face it, if you fail this roll, you're not going to need it again.
No.
It's 10. I mean, God, right, okay.
Intimidate? Is that better? That's really wrong.
No, I could charm, but
I mean,
charm.
Can he argue a bonus dice because of his talking
great
about
the
Great War background, the shared peril?
In this instance, it cannot, and I'll come on to why it can once you've rolled.
Because he didn't really serve.
Statistically, I don't think it makes a difference. No, that's nowhere near. It's not a fumble.
Yeah,
fine, okay.
He looks at you disgustedly and says, "Now look here. You might have served, but I know plenty of men who've done their duty in the trenches and on the sea, and none of them have stooped so low as to become a plaything of such a vile habit. Yes, you might be clear, but I don't want a man of your caliber on this expedition, sir, if that is what you will turn to, if and when the chips are down. You might be the cleanest person here, but I can't rely on you. For that, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to ask you to leave. Good day." And he will leave. And on that kind of bombshell, we'll leave it there.
Oh my God!
Yeah.